Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Sim Racing, presented by Full Throttle Television. We are in Kansas City, Kansas for the Kansas 200, the championship finale for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series for the 2025 A season.
Down.
And I need to turn chat off, but joining me in the booth tonight is Richie Coy. Richie, we are in for a very exciting and very fun night of racing here at Kansas Speedway. One of my favorite tracks, but man, it is full throttle and foot to the floor action here at Kansas.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that the trucks have just enough horsepower to get around this thing pretty much wide open or close to it. A lot of some drafting that goes on here, so you'll see a lot of pack racing tonight, but a lot of side-by-side, a lot of three-wide. So, yeah, I expect a lot of good, fun action tonight.
We got that little issue taken care of. And we are back. Yeah, they're heading to qualifying, but this is a very, very fun, very fast track. A lot of drafting, a lot of things going on here. You're going to be close, tight pack racing, at least at the start of the race. But I got a feeling handling is going to come into play pretty quickly here as well with these trucks getting a little loose, maybe a little tight. I mean, you're going to be riding up against that wall right inches away, and you don't want to make those mistakes. A lot of fun, a lot of a challenge here for the drivers as they head into the last race of the season.
Yeah, you might be up against the wall. I'm not sure I'd be up next to the wall, but yeah, handling does. The handling does come into effect. The sun going down will also affect these cars as the track temperature goes down. So I do expect to see some movement where people run. I would expect that new tires. A lot of guys will be on the bottom with the pack racing, but as the setups go away, I think you'll see the track spread out a little bit.
And again, with coming into last race, again, this is the championship finale for the A season. Looking at the points, Nicholas Moreau had this wrapped up weeks ago. No surprise there. But they're still fighting back there behind him. Nicholas Morris, J.P. Burns, Lewis Meglin, Michael Blackner all in the top five. And you have Chapman, Malikian, you got T.J. Bartel, Corey Atkins, and Bobby Terrell all in the top 10. Everybody fighting for that last little championship spot because there are payouts through the top 20. So where you finish does matter here tonight.
Yeah, and you can look, and there's little micro battles all over the place. Like Bobby's 10th, 1 point ahead of both Brendan Polt and Josh Mayhew, 1 point behind him. So Malikian and TJ are only 1 point apart. So you got a lot of different positions can definitely change tonight. So every point's going to count for that championship result.
And looking at the bigger picture at the playoff standings for the full season, A season may be wrapping up, but we've got a B season coming up, C season, and the playoffs coming up as well. And looking at that, you're looking to get that win and lock yourself into the playoffs. You see those top six kind of locked in there, and everybody behind them are trying to get that win and lock themselves in as well. A lot of fast drivers. J.P. Burns, he was fast in practice. I think he was second fastest in practice tonight. Been fast the last couple of weeks too. Just waiting for him to knock through. To break down the door and bust out a win here. Lewis Meglin's been quick. He's had some struggles as of recently, but he could do it. Michael Blackner's always quick. Robert Malikian. Robert, I would keep an eye on him. He would be my pick tonight because he is one of the drivers that really performs well here at Kansas as well. Bobby Terrell, I can't believe we're talking about him not having a win tonight, so far. So there's so many storylines and so many drivers. Wayne Grossi back there. Duranko's been quick and rebounding every week. So many drivers back there that could break through and get a win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you already talked about Bobby Terrell, who, if he can have a good night tonight, he would be my pick for the favorite tonight. If he can keep everything, all four wheels going in the right direction tonight and all the fenders on it. He's had a rough season, but if he can get that monkey off his back, I think he's going to be somebody to watch tonight. But you got guys like Jeff Chandler, who's won here, who's sitting outside of the top 16.
Right.
Marshall Johnson also has got a win last season. So can somebody outside of the playoff bubble at this point knock their way in? But Nicholas isn't making those tickets to the playoffs very easy, as he's gobbled up most of them this season.
For sure. Yeah, so a lot of things at stake tonight, not just for the A season, for the full season. Of course, here's the schedule. The last race of the season, Kansas. We'll be doing 134 laps tonight. We're racing to lap 55 for the stage, and that's something we'll all kind of keep track of as we go throughout the night. And we'll look at our, let's see if we can pull up our race analysis for tonight as well. If I can scroll back up here where I need to be for tonight, Kansas Speedway is a pretty cool little track. It's a mile and a half.
It's really little.
Yeah, it's
not
definitely
a little
not
track.
Definitely not little. But my why's my display not showing up here? But it is a mile and a half. It's got the little travel through the through the front. A lot of people are going to be using that apron down there too, and that could get a little slick. Maybe not so much with the trucks tonight, but we've seen that with the Cup cars and some of the other cars. You can make some time down there. You may wear the tires a little bit more, but it also is the short way around, and but it can be a little slick.
It can, and that transition from track to apron can upset the car or truck a little bit every once in a while. But it isn't your typical dog or tri-oval as per se. This is actually more of an actual curve as opposed to that Charlotte or old Atlanta tri-oval thing. So I like it. It's got a nice flow to it.
All right, we're just trying to get things set up here. Qualifying has finished. We'll try to get to the grid here shortly as soon as my program decides to cooperate.
Would this be akin to it taking a commercial break?
Yeah, I guess it is, for sure.
I could start running through them if you'd like, if the program can catch up a little bit.
Sure, if you want to start, I'll roll our starting lineup music. We'll see if we can get the program going.
All right, well, on the pole, picking up where he left off is the number 15 of Nicholas Moreau, our 2025 A champion. To his outside is JP Burns in the 99. Starting row 2 will be James Morris in the 88 and Wyatt Hunley in the 21. Fifth spot goes to Ryan Chapman in the number 10 and TJ Bartel to his outside in the 28. Kyle Milikian starts 7th with Bobby Terrell on his outside in 8th. Robert Malikian starts 9th, and Kobe Meese rounds out your top 10. Brandon Elder will start 11th with Barry Kramer to his outside. Brendan Polt 13th, and Chris Gordon 89 is 14th. Michael Deitch in the 70 will be 15th, and Dave Nestor in the 36 will be 16th. Gordon Fraley returns and starts 17th in the 09. Aaron Satcher in the 68 is 18th. Nim Silva in the 51 will be 19th, with Martin Garreau in the 50 and 20th. We got both 50 and 51 in the same row there. Lewis Meglin starts 21st in the 43, and Cameron Albertison will start to his outside in the 76 and 22nd. Chad Lang will start 23rd. Brian Thorson will start 24th in the 07. Tony Solari and Chris Beck will be 25th and 26th. Hayden James will start 27th in the 01, and Austin Runkle to his outside in 39th, which is the last person to take time. We have Alan Duranko, James Torrey, Michael Blackner, Markyle Henderson, and Joseph Burgess rounding out the field. The 33 truck field, as they did not take a qualifying time.
So 33 trucks starting the race tonight on the track. It's going to be a crowded one out there to start off. Everybody trying to find their place as they run around the track. And a unique thing about this track, too, is everybody's going to start running the bottom, I think, to begin with. It's a quick way around, but as you go throughout the race in these trucks, you're going to find yourself kind of finding the top side being a little bit faster. So it's going to be a change of where everybody's driving. Look forward to that. Look forward to seeing who can figure that out. And again, apologies for no overlays, but we are working on it, and we'll get it as soon as possible. But the pace car's going to pull off, and these drivers are going to set sail for 134 laps around the Kansas Speedway. The Kansas 200, the championship finale, is underway. We are green in Kansas. The Kansas 200 is underway.
A great start by both lines. As they head down in turn 1, they're going to be 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back, and I think we're going to see a lot of two-wide racing as we go down the backstretch throughout the field.
Down the backstretch, Nicholas Moreau leads. A little two-wide action for third place, the 99 of JP Burns, and inside of him, that's going to be Ryan Chapman.
Yeah, Ryan's missed the last couple of weeks. He's been traveling with his job. He works for Champion Tire, who does tire service for the NASCAR Cup Series. So good to see him back.
Yep, slides into third spot. JP back to fourth. White Huntley fifth. Battle for seventh. TJ Bartell beside Bobby Terrell on the inside. TJ in that lime or the bright yellow truck on the outside. And it looks like they're going to settle that pretty quickly, I thought. But here comes Bobby back on the inside.
Not yet, TJ. Not yet. As Bobby seems to take that, and Colby's looking underneath TJ now. Put some 3 wide in the back. Let's see who that was. The 89 of Chris Gore. They've separated out. Barry Kramer was involved in that. He's kind of slid backwards. Lost a couple spots coming out of 2. So Colby and TJ still fighting side by side.
Colby's going to take that position now. The 52 Brandon Elder to the inside.
Yeah, it looks like the low line is definitely going to have an advantage here at on these new tires, but I have a feeling that outside lane is going to come in eventually. Looks like Ryan Chapman might be looking for second place there, going down to 3.
Oh, Colby Meese into Bobby Terrell in turn 3 and 4. Big wreck. Terrell turns around. Caution is out. And the 51 goes spin on the inside as well. Caution early on here at Kansas.
Well, there goes my pick.
Indeed. So caution out once again.
Looks like TJ might have been not involved, but collected.
Let's go back and see if we can see what happened here. Off turn, well, turns 3 and 4 here. And look, our graphics are back. Let's see. That didn't show us anything because that didn't take us to the actual caution. TJ also, yeah, looks like he got some damage there.
Yeah.
Let's watch Bobby Terrell in the 8 of Colby Meese. Colby diving down into the corner, up the track, into the back of Bobby. Turns right around, and you're right, TJ, definitely some heavy damage in the back of the 8. You definitely hate to see that early on, man.
It's only lap 3, man. It's only lap 3. It's not the time for that. But and the 28 comes back down, and the 51 kind of spins to avoid him. I don't think he had any contact whatsoever. So good on the 51 for avoiding that, but loses a lot of track position.
Heavy damage. TJ Bartell and Bobby Terrell there.
Well, I guess we're going to check out to see how this new damage model works. A little earlier than I thought.
Absolutely. Looks like we are. So some of the drivers hitting.
iRacing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say that iRacing did a patch that these trucks have been having an issue for the last couple of weeks where if you got damage, it put all of the aero to the front, which took it off the back. And, you know, it was easy, very, very easy to spin these trucks out. So that was supposedly fixed. So we'll see how that goes. So
looks like Bobby may be done for the night. He pulled it in.
Oh, he's out of the truck.
Kyle Milliken comes down pit road. Barry Kramer, James Torrey, Markyle Henderson, some of those guys in the back electing to pit here. And, you know, we were talking to the drivers before. They could go about 46 laps, 47. So this might get them a little bit closer to making it to the stage break, but I'm not so sure it really helps them there.
What did I say? 2 laps for every lap under caution you can save. So I still don't think it's enough. Yeah. Although if you pedal it in the middle of the pack, you might be able to make it. You know me, I want tires and I want fuel as often as much as I possibly can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not sure if any of these guys actually took tires because it is kind of early for tires, but definitely fuel top off. This will get you close, and we'll see if we go green to the end if it actually pays off. But we are double file. We're going to go back racing. What a beautiful night here at Kansas. I'm telling you, the trucks are sparkling under the lights. A nice little sunset. Good night for racing. And Nicholas Moreau's enjoying it out front. James Morris on the outside. Ryan Chapman in third. In that second lane, joining him is J.P. Burns in the 99. You got Wyatt Huntley in the 21. We know he's quick. You got Malikian, Elder, Polt, Gore and Gordon Fraley rounding out your top 10 right now as Nicholas is going to bring them down. Pace car is going to pull off. We're going to go back green flag racing here at Kansas Speedway. The Kansas 200 getting refired here. Green flag is out, and we are back underway.
Much better start. Well, nobody else probably thinks it's a better start, but better start for Nicholas as he was able to shoot out there to a lane by himself as Ryan Chapman works his way into second underneath James Morris, clears him, and they will be single file heading down the backstretch. Although he might be looking for the lead.
Here comes Ryan Chapman looking to the inside of the 15 of Nicholas Moreau. Got that preferred line early on here.
Can Nicholas get that run off the top?
He's trying to hang there, and they're going to come 2 by 2 to the start-finish line. Ryan takes it short way around, but Nicholas leads that lap. Still hanging there on the outside of the 10 is ahead in 1.
He might. Well, you get such a good run up top there as Nicholas uses that top side to kind of pull and get that run down the backstretch, and he clears Ryan going into 3.
Right, so Ryan will slot back into second spot. Nicholas Moreau will continue to lead here into 3 and 4, and going to pull back down to the bottom and reassume his position in the train here.
Oh, we got 3 wide with the 89, the 71, and the 16 going down into 1.
Watching these guys go 3 wide
battle.
and 1. Ooh, the bottom truck kind of bobbles just a little bit right there on the apron. That is Chris Gore. It's going to open the door.
Gordon Freely. Yeah, Gordon Freely's like, I want some of that 3 wide. That wasn't good enough. Let me get it in there.
And they're back.
They all made it through.
Yeah, survived, made it back to 2 wide.
Ooh, somebody just disappeared.
I saw that. The white truck.
Burns. Yeah, he looked. J.P. Burns in the 99. Is that Kyle Larson out there? Hendrick's Cars truck?
I'm not sure who you're looking at.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the 70 of Michael Deach. He's a Spire Motorsports fan. He's got that Hendricks.com truck that they've been running, I don't know, all year long. What in one race they had like 4 of them in one race.
He might be a Rajah Caruth fan. That is in the trucks anyway.
Yeah, but the one race they had the 7, the 07, the 70,
and the 17.
And the 17.
I think they were all
painted the same. They were all painted the same, except I think the number on the very top was different to make the spotters for the spotters. Because the spotters are like, how do you expect us to see what truck is what? And I was like, well, if it's Kyle, he'll be up front. Oh, yellow.
We do have a caution.
That would be Chad Lang in the 34.
Chad Lang's in the 3. Would it be Chris Beck in the 34? Yes, it would be.
I'm sorry. You would be correct. I'm sorry. I had the right number, wrong driver. My bad.
No
Totally
worries.
confused you.
And he's going to pull off. It looks like he's got some serious damage. We'll go back and look and see what happened to Chris Beck in the number 34 here. Maybe. There's our best one tire and auto care instant replay. Oh, it's coming off pit road.
Yeah, he is.
Surely not.
No, that's he was coming off pit road.
Untimely downshift and up onto the track. Wow.
That's not something you see every day.
It's on board. I'm pretty sure we can probably hear it. Let's see.
I'm wondering if they got a little butt paste all over the inside of that truck. And slipped.
Definitely a misshift. I think Denny Hamlin did the same thing here at this track. He downshifted instead of upshifted and spun out coming out of pit road.
Bueno.
So it'll slow us down once again, and I think everybody probably will hit pit road here. And here they come down pit road to get that fuel to make it to the end of the stage. And if you're one of the guys that stopped early, this is not what, if you could have made it, this is not what you wanted to see.
Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like everybody except for maybe 3 or 4 trucks are coming down. So, yeah, if you stopped early, this isn't going to work out for you. Not unless you got a rocket ship.
It looks like about 5 trucks stayed out. Gordon Fraley, Michael Deach, Hayden James, James Torrey, and Austin Runkle all stay out here. Oh, it's a mad dash off pit road.
TJ Bartell gets the lucky dog.
That's good. If he can get that damage fixed, he can get back into this thing.
Yeah, hopefully. And like I said, we're still evaluating this new damage model, so hopefully that. I mean, I haven't seen him get loose, so I'm thinking maybe it's definitely better. But James Torrey pitted on lap 6. The rest of the guys that stayed out did not, so they're all still out there on their original tires.
Looking for a little track position and probably gambling for another caution because I don't think they'll make it from here. But worth a shot. Save a set of tires. Try to stay out here and hope for another caution in about 20 laps or 30 laps and force people to pit again.
Nah, we're going right to the stage.
Well, I'm just telling you what they would be thinking. I'm not sure, you know.
It's a gamble. I mean, at this particular point, not pitting so far, it's definitely a gamble. But if you're running in the back of the pack, this gets you track position, and if you net a good response, where if you came in, say, running 20th, and you end up 15th, that's a net gain of 5. So it would work out in your favor, as long as you don't get run over.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You're going to start on these old tires. Got to watch for tire spin. Get it up to speed, and try not to get run over here with these guys with their new tires. Although I saw a lot of fuel only, I believe, too, with those guys that actually did pit, possibly. So that could be interesting. I'm not really sure exactly what everybody's strategy there is, but we'll see how it works out. But we did have 5 stay out. Again, the top 5 decided not to pit under this caution. They'll be starting ahead of Nicholas Moreau, who's the first guy coming off pit road. Wyatt Hundley grabbed a few positions off pit road as well.
Yeah, he leapfrogged James and Ryan, so I'm thinking maybe he did 2 tires or no fuel.
All right, well, we're going to see how it pans out here as they come back to the restart zone. Pace car pulls off. We're going to get this thing restarted. Lap 19. Sorry, 17 on the board. Green flag is out, and we are green.
Yeah, not the most side-by-side restart. Yeah, restart I've ever seen, but nothing done wrong there. Gordon went when he wanted to in the restart zone. It just looked like the 70 might have got caught. And here we go. We got Nicholas Moreau trying to work his way back to the front with Ryan Chapman right behind him.
Yeah, Gordon Fraley and Michael Deach shot out of a cannon there. James Torrey beside Nicholas Moreau. James on the high side. Here's Michael Deach right there as well in the 70. Looks like Ryan Chapman's going to try to follow him through.
Gordon is checked out. He's a half a second out front there. So he's moving, but you're right. You got Nicholas and Ryan right behind each other trying to make their way through. Brendan Polt's back there too. He's made up some time.
Yeah, we haven't spoke much about Polt, but Polt's been up there towards the top as well. Him and James Morris trying to work together on that team, trying to secure a spot for Brendan. Oh, we got one going through the grass there.
Who's that?
I lost track of who that was. It was J.P. Burns. Oh, man. Through the grass, but he gathers it up and keeps it going.
Did he look like he just got loose?
Let's go back and look at it and see. Coming off the corner, he's trying to make it 3 wide. Oh, contact with the truck on the outside sends him through the infield. Hangs on to it, though. Stays out of trouble and continues on, but he's lost a lot of track position.
So it's one of the things I do like about this track is it's got a really wide apron. And once you get down in the grass like that, some of them tri-oval tracks, there's like no apron at all. So at least you have a bit of room, almost 3 truck widths of apron that you can gather your truck back up down there. I mean, there's not a lot of grip.
Nicholas Moreau just got the wall in turn 3 and 4, battling with the 6 of James Torrey. He gets in the wall a little bit, backs up to the 88 of James Morris. And I've been very impressed by the 6 of James Torrey being able to hold these guys off with those New York tires, those guys that came in the pit. And he's still hanging around in 3rd spot. And there's the caution.
62, is that Markyle Henderson in the 62?
Yes, it is. Turned around in turn 1. Facing the wrong direction. Markyle, that's not the way you do it here.
You can't park there, Markyle. Can't park there.
Let's see what happens here with our best one tire and auto care instant replay. He's racing with, is that the 22 of Blackman? Yes, and man, he just runs out of room, comes up on the 22 there, and gets facing the wrong direction. You know who that?
Michael found mayhem again.
I was about to say,
Oh yeah, he just came up a little too high.
Right on board with the 22. 62 just keeps coming up there. He has a truck there, unfortunately, and 62 goes around.
Mark Kyle is newish to the sim racing community, so he's learning each and every week. And there's I've seen a lot of positives with Mark Kyle, and I think he's going to eventually be a really good sim racer. He's just he's still a little wet underneath the ears there, and he needs some more track time. But I've seen some stuff from him that shows me a lot of potential. But sometimes you got to make it through the mistakes before you can get to the potential. They happen.
Got to listen to that spotter, though. That spotter's telling you, car high, car high, car high. I don't know how many times I've heard it in real racing. The spotters get angry, too. When you're telling them car high, and they still keep coming up and come up on a car or something, they'll get angry. They're not even driving the car, but they are so passionate up there. It's funny. You hear them get upset because it's like they want to say, "I told you car high," but you don't want to really fire your driver up there either.
Well, I mean, so the rearview mirror is a tool for a race car driver. A spotter is not a tool. A spotter is your teammate. And when you're out there in the car and you're surrounded by all this heat and noise and stuck there by yourself, he's the voice of strategy. He's the voice of where somebody else is or is not. So not listening to your spotter is
I don't know,
recipe for disaster.
I disagree with you because I know some spotters that are tools.
Wow, that's a whole different conversation.
But yeah, I mean, you got so many tools in the car. You got the audio sounds of the engines around you. That's one thing when you're racing. Your senses are hyped. You can hear the engines around you. You can tell how close you are sometimes by just how loud the engine in the car next to you is. You got your spotter. You got your mirror, of course. And even in real racing, not necessarily in sim racing, but in real racing, you can actually feel the car change. I shouldn't be speaking because I really don't have experience in this, but you can feel the change in the car. A lot of the drivers talk about how you can even feel the pressure in the car change when you get closer to a driver.
It's weird. So, believe it or not, even small motors, they suck air, and when they do that, there's an air pressure that goes around the car, and you can feel it. You can definitely feel when there's other cars around you. But yes, you can for sure hear the other motors, and a lot of times, I don't know, you just feel the car there. You can feel a car even if you can't see them. It's hard to explain, but it's just that heightened awareness, I guess, as you were alluding to.
Well, I tell you who's feeling good right now, the 09 Gordon Fraley out here leading with the 70 and Michael Deitch on the outside, James Torrey in third. Now you got Ryan Chapman in fourth, Brendan Polt in fifth. As the pace car pulls off, we're going to go back racing here at Kansas. Lap 24, completing 24 to lap 25, racing to 55 for the stage. The green flag is out, and Michael Deitch is having a hard time getting those tires to hook up.
He did a better job than James did this time. It wasn't as bad as, they're going three wide. Yeesh.
That is a risky proposition. And actually to the inside, here comes the 71 of Polt as James Torrey tries to cover off that move from Ryan Chapman.
Left him room.
Ooh, contact between the 70 and the 71.
Nicholas still not making his way up there. I guess that wall hit might have slowed his truck down.
Is that Nicholas in the wall again? No, that is Hayden James in the wall. Off turn one, he hangs on to it, but the 01 bounces off the wall coming off 4.
I got to tell you, these guys hanging on in the front, I'm kind of impressed. I didn't think they would be lasting this long. Although it looks like Ryan they might be starting to flip the tire script here. But
yeah, James Torrey
holding on
up to second now.
Him and Gordon doing a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
Battle is for second there. Ryan Chapman trying to get by. He's got a quick car. James Torrey on the outside in the 6. hanging tough, using that top side with that momentum.
He's still there too. He's going to get a good run down the backstretch. I didn't think the tires would be this good after this many laps.
Ooh, Ryan Chapman trying to wrap that bottom. I think he might have touched apron just a little bit there. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Here comes the 6 back around the outside. Hanging tough again. Racing to lap 55 for that stage break.
So I'm just looking in chat. We got 2 of our drivers in chat instead of on the racetrack. We got Jeff Chandler and Josh Mayhew out there, both making it home too late to be able to join the race tonight.
Oh, that's tough. I know Josh was trying to rush to get in there. And Jeff Chandler, too, one of the guys we were talking about, looking for that first win in the Truck Series.
I think the 6 might be frustrating Chapman a little bit, but now they're catching the 09.
I was about to say, they're running those guys down racing. So I was running Gordon Fraley down. So here comes the 6. James Torrey might have aspirations of leading this race.
Well, now you got Brendan Polt and James Morris, the 2 teammates, trying to power their way past Ryan down the backstretch. So this is going to be a battle. And actually the 70 of Deach hanging on right there as well.
Pretty good racing up front here for about the whole top 5, the whole top 10 right there in your screen.
Strangely, though, the one not making his way forward is that 15. That's an unusual. I guess again, going back to that wall hit might have made his car tight. We'll see what he could do if there's any type of thing he could do in a pit stop to help that out. I'm just looking, there's some battles everywhere here.
Yeah, off turn 4, that high side really working out for that 6 truck of James Torrey. Got a lot of speed here. Just trying to find a way around Gordon Fraley, who continues to lead here in that 09.
It's a heck of a battle. They got 27 lap fresher tires, and they're not being able to make their way past these guys. I am totally shocked. It's James.
Oh, here comes the 6 on the inside. Gordon Fraley tries to cover that up. No wreck though. He hangs on to it somehow, but James Torrey to the front. Oh, and we got a wreck behind him.
Oh,
are they going to save it? The 43, Lewis Macklin. No, he comes back up the track and collects other drivers. Drivers around, caution is out. What a mess.
My goodness.
Austin Runkle involved. Michael Blackner, I believe, involved.
I was going to say that the 88 was the big loser on that one, but Lewis Macklin said, hold my beer. We're going to make this bitter.
We got a lot to look at here. If I can find what I want to look at here, I'm looking for the fight for the lead. We had an issue with Lewis Macklin going off track, though. I don't know if that's before or after. Oh, yeah, that was while all this was happening.
Yeah.
And that was the wreck in the back that actually brought out the caution. See some other guys spinning in the back there. Just chaos when a truck comes off the track and rejoins like that. It's tough to everybody get their. He comes down on a truck that's inside of him, sends him through the grass. He tries to correct it, ends up back on the track and gets run into from behind.
It looks like the 01, I think, is the first one that makes contact, and then he looks like he maybe gets the 99 involved.
Ooh, J.P. Burns.
Yeah.
And that mistake, that one mistake, put him back there. And now he's paying the price.
And then behind all that, we had some brake issues. I'm not sure. Or non-brake issues, whatever way you want to put it.
J.P. Burns gets tagged, turns sideways, and straightens up. I don't think he's got major damage, but again, like I said, being back there and that scrum put him behind the wreck. And
yeah. So then the 3 and the 34 get together behind us. I mean, trying to avoid the wreck. They become a secondary wreck.
Let's look at this pass for the lead as they head off into turn 3. You see James Torrey get that run on the inside. Looks like the Gordon Fraley machine tried to cover that on the bottom. He was already there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was covering it so much as just trying to run his line and didn't realize that James had that run. Yeah, I mean, either way.
I mean, they did a good job not wrecking at that point, but unfortunately that checkup is what led to the wreck back there behind him. He's right on board with James Torrey here. He gets that run into turn 3 down on the bottom. Yeah, just a late move, and I don't think Gordon expected him to be there.
Yeah, I just think that Gordon was heading into the corner, and James had a good run, but I don't know if he was kind of, a little late. Gets into that Bob Henry's quarter panel there.
So James Torrey decides to pit, I think, under this caution. He's brought his to pit road. That's going to hand the lead over to Ryan Chapman and Brendan Polt, 1 and 2. Nicholas Moreau in 3rd. Michael Deach, 4th. And Brandon Elder up to P5.
Yeah, so Deach still hasn't pitted yet, but the other 2 did. As well. We got the 76 up there. Cameron Albertson, too. Started 22nd. Is up to 6th.
Yeah, Albertson. Malikian's up there. Martin Garreau. Chris Gore, Barry Kramer, your top 10. As they come around, they're going to get the pace car off this time by. It's going to be completing lap 39. So about 15 laps to go to the stage. Pace car peels off. They bring them down to the restart zone. And Ryan Chapman leads them away. Green flag is out once again.
Yep, another great start for the leader. Rest time it's Ryan Chapman on the lead. And Brendan Polt and Nicholas Moreau fall right in there. As we have our first side-by-side battle is with Brendan and Cameron there for the 5th spot.
Hey, Brendan trying to hold off Cameron Albertson there for P5. Cameron on the outside, Brandon Elder on the inside in the 52.
That battle's all behind them.
Oh, so tight. Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm actually watching the race. I should be talking about the race, and I'm actually watching the race. Because it's just trucks side by side all over the place.
Become a fan. Watching Kyle Milliken here behind him, Nick Nim Silva and Joseph Burgess fighting for 14th spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing when you're looking at the monitor here, and I'm seeing just trucks side by side all throughout the field. There's a 3 wide right behind Kyle Milliken. I couldn't see which. There's 3 wide right in front of Kyle Milliken.
Yeah.
There's 3 wide everywhere down the front stretch.
I was watching Cameron Albertson going backwards. I don't know if he touched the wall in 3 and 4 or what, but he's kind of going backwards on that high side. Falls right into the clutches of the 2 of Alan Duranco.
Yeah, I'm watching the groove has changed a little bit as everybody is starting to run the high side, at least in 3 and 4.
Look who's coming on those new tires. The 6 of James Torrey on a mission goes by both those guys and set the sights on Wyatt Hundley in front of him, making those new tires work. He came in for those tires trying to get back to the front. Here he comes 3 wide to the inside.
Yeah, he is. He's making his way up there. New tires. You gotta love new tires. Especially when everybody else has old tires.
Oh yeah, make you feel like Superman. So that's gonna put James up into P9. And man, he's coming. We'll see if he can get all the way up there.
Yeah, here's an advantage for him is that you got the guys running in front of him.
Battle for the lead.
Mostly running the high side, just like Ryan Chapman is. And that'll make it easy for him. Just drive around the bottom.
Well, I thought that was a battle for the lead. I thought Brendan was going to look there, but he pulled up on the back bumper of Ryan Chapman, went to the bottom, and now he falls back. Chapman still leads over Brandon Polt. You got Nicholas Moreau in 3rd and Brandon Elder up to P4. Oh, my goodness.
I think Brandon thought that was a battle for the lead, too. Well, they're 4. Oh, I thought they were going to be 4 wide. James Torrey still looking through here, trying to make his way through the field.
Gordon Fraley also coming with those new tires.
Ooh, I think he might have bounced off the wall, Gordon Fraley in the back there.
Here comes James
Here comes
Torrey.
my dogs chasing somebody down the stairs.
All
I don't know if
right.
you can hear him or not. I don't know if you can hear him barking in the background.
A race within the race. Nice.
Uh, Try to be quiet. And
Ryan
last week
Chapman.
I had. Sorry, go ahead.
Ryan Chapman continues to lead over Brendan Polt, Nicholas Moreau, Brendan Elder. But now, those fresh tires, James Torrey, man, he's making it work. He's up to 5th now. And then there's the next guy with new tires. I think it's Gordon Fraley in the 10th spot.
And we got what? Just we're on lap 42. We got 13 laps. He's got time to make his way up there.
He's got time. I think he's got time, and he's got the tires too. I think if he can work his way through there quickly, that's amazing.
Did you just say if he's got the time, I got the tires, or something like that? Is that what you were saying?
He's got the time and the tires. The only problem is he may not have tires at the end of this race if he's used an extra set.
Well, remember, he didn't pit at all up until just now. So this is his first set of tires, just like the other guys. And he is just about underneath Brendan Polt here for second place.
Haul in the mail with those new tires.
Am I allowed to root for anybody up here? Because I'd be like, go, James. That's awesome.
He's definitely getting it done for sure. Up to
Yeah,
P2. And there's the leader right
P2.
there. So he's going to get there.
Don't dive under him like, take your time. You got time. There it is. Going for the lead. James Torrey.
To the lead. The 6 of Torrey takes the lead.
Now, will his tires equalize or will he run away? Judging by how he's been going, he should leave these guys kind of sitting there.
Yeah, see Ryan Chapman trying to get there. Can't do anything. Actually, Ryan Chapman maybe touched the wall there a little bit in 1 and 2. Hangs on to it. Brendan Polt in second, but he is under fire from the 15 and Nicholas Moreau now.
Yeah, James has been running a half a second faster than these guys the last 3 laps in a row. So, yeah, new tires, man. Gotta love them.
Well, he's played this
Gordon
out
Freely's
perfectly, strategy-wise.
Yeah, Gordon Freely's up to 7th with his new tires. Not making it up quite as quickly, but still moving forward. I think he's 3 wide. No, that's the 51. It's getting dark out. I can't see it. It's numbers get crossed up.
Fraley under the 16 of Robert Malikian. That is for 5th, so he's going to take over the 5th position here. James Torrey continuing to start to stretch it out. Robert Malikian's gotten around Brandon Elder as well for 6th spot. And here comes Michael Blackner. He was involved in 2 wrecks already, was he not? And here he is in the top 10.
No, just the one.
Fighting for 8.
Just that one. Just that one. I think he's got new tires too.
Was he not involved in the one on the front stretch as well?
No, he actually, I think, made it through that one. Oh, he got the one where Markyle got him. I think that's the only one he's been in. Yeah. That was it. But that's hope, because he had damage, and he's coming back up through the field. So that looks like they might have went the right way with this the damage model. So kudos to iRacing on that one.
Gordon Fraley getting under now. Brendan Polt in the 71. He's starting to come to the front. But meanwhile, James Torrey stretching it out. Has a 1.9 second lead over Ryan Chapman in second. Gordon Fraley now in third. He gets around the 71 of Polt.
Yeah, they've been laying down laps 3 to 5 tenths faster than these guys. So, obviously new tires are definitely making a difference here. I'm watching TJ Bartel kind of make his way through. He's just coming into 13th here after getting his lucky dog. And he's coming up through the field too.
There's Bartel fighting with Chris Gore, Mark Garreau, Wyatt Huntley in the 21. Garreau there in the 50. Yeah, with that heavy damage to the front end, he's be able to make moves. That is promising as well.
Yeah, I agree. Very promising not to see guys just spinning out. And I'm really impressed. I'm impressed with these 2 guys with the new tires.
Ooh, got the 18.
To make this thing work.
Touched the wall through 1 and 2. It's going to cost him a little time. The 42 of Milliken gets around him. Oh, we got Chris Gore having issues back here behind him. Not sure what that is. He's off the pace.
Watching get Michael Blackman 7th. New tires are making the business happen here. You see what happened to the 89?
Yeah, we'll go back and look and see what happened to 89 through 1 and 2. That's the 50, not the 89. Where's the 89? Oh, contact with the 21 off turn 2. Sent them both to the inside lane. I'm looking for the 89. Where is he at?
While you're going over that, the 09 of Gordon Fraley has moved past Ryan Chapman for second place.
See if we can see it here. Coming off turn 2, the 89, 21 racing. 21 washes up the track just a little bit. Into the 89 off turn. Yeah, just sends them to the inside. They do a great job of hanging on to it, but both of them lose a ton of time there. I'm sure he's not happy about that.
This is, again, I mentioned it before about the apron, about having room on the apron, but the size of this track, you could fit 4 or 5 trucks around this racetrack easily. So you got plenty of room if you get into... Oh, the 71 of Brendan Pole up in the wall.
Into the wall, but he keeps it rolling. We stay green.
Loses 3 spots on that one.
Yeah, we're coming close to the end of the stage here.
Yeah, we should be 2 laps to go to the stage.
This just played right into the hands of the 6 of Torrey. He was running up front, just taking the lead, pitted for tires, come back to the front. It looks like he's going to lock up a stage win here if he can hang on to it for 2 more laps. Gordon Fraley did the same thing. He's up to P2. Good stage points for him.
Yeah, Michael Blackner's made his way up to 5th with new tires. So that definitely played out well for some of these guys. But yeah, James is just gone. He's like 3 seconds out in the lead here. So still faster, one of the fastest trucks on the racetrack.
There's Michael Blackner in those new tires, just ahead of the 16 and Malikian. Hunting down the 15 and Nicholas Moreau, who's kind of had an off night so far, currently running P4. Just doesn't look like the points leader's hooked up too much tonight for this race.
Well, there's no pressure on him. I mean, he doesn't have to even finish the race to win the championship. But I'm sure he wants to put a dot at the end of his championship. But I believe that's a stage right there.
There's a stage break, and the 6 of James Torrey will come on with the stage win tonight here at Kansas. Gordon Fraley finishing 2nd. Ryan Chapman, Nicholas Moreau, Michael Blackner, your top 5. Then you have Robert Malikian, Brendan Polk, Brandon Elder, Alan Duranco, and Kyle Milken sneaking in there for 1 stage point here tonight.
TJ just missed it, finishing 11th there. But good comeback so far by TJ. He was a lap down early after being collected. So definitely a good end of the stage for TJ as opposed to the beginning there. But good racing. I don't know if you noticed, but like I said, everybody had migrated to the top of the racetrack there as the run went on. So passing could get difficult here if everybody's running up top.
They decided to go to my groove instead of your groove. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The bottom's still the shortest way around the racetrack. That's all I'm saying.
It is, if you can hook it up. And I remember before that if you could, and you may see this too in the longer run too. Yeah, I've seen people run the bottom, move to the top, and move back to the bottom at the end of the run. As a matter of fact, I think I've done that before.
I think so.
All right, here they come.
You can do that. They're coming down pit road. I think everybody's going to. I don't think anybody's staying out for this one.
Yep, stage cost like 55. We're racing to the end. 134 is the goal. Everybody's going to come in and get those pits. And then the other thing the 6 has done, not only winning the stage, but he's got that track position now. He's got to have a reset on tires. He's going to be up front and be in contention tonight.
Yeah, and right before all the yellows and stuff happened right there, he had the older tires, and he was maintaining pretty damn well. So I'm curious to see how he's going to do on equal tires now that he has the track position. Did Gordon take just 2 tires?
Could be, because he did come out a pretty large gap. He came out in front of the 6 of Torrey.
I am watching his right side go up. Wait, there it is. Right side goes up. Right side comes down. Why is this going so slowly? Yep, 2 tires, no left side tires.
All right, so 2-tire stop for Gordon Fraley. We'll see what that does with his truck, man. The only thing I worry about anytime I take 2 tires, especially in iRacing, is the change to the balance of the truck. It almost seems like it's almost undrivable at times. When you get those fresher right sides, if you've got a big split between your right sides and your left sides, it just makes it uncontrollably loose. And I'm not so worried about turns 1 and 2 on this restart, but turns 3 and 4, we'll have to watch and see if that is the case in 3 and 4 when they get up to speed.
Keep in mind, he only pitted, 15 laps ago? So his left sides aren't junk, so...
They aren't destroyed, but they do have... They got quite a few
laps.
laps, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he can hang on to it. It's tough out there, and track position is important. So we'll see if he can get a good run, get a good jump, and kind of ease those tires back up to temp to match those left side tires. That's kind of what you want to do, is kind of ease those tires in. And once you get them kind of up to temp, they'll kind of equalize in a good way, not equalize in a bad way.
The good equalize.
Yeah.
So we got Gordon Fraley on the pole here with James Stewart, who's outside. Nicholas having a rough night in third. Ryan Chapman fourth. Brendan Polt fifth, and Robert Malikian in sixth.
What a tough night running third.
I know, right? That's why I said tough
terrible
night for Nicholas.
We'll see if these guys can hang on, see who gets this win tonight. We are racing to 134, 200 miles here at Kansas Speedway. The pace car is going to pull off. These guys are going to bring us down. We're going to have a nice little restart here. Waiting for the restart. The green flag is out, and we are green once again here at Kansas.
09 is shot out of the cannon. 2x2 as they go down into one. Nicholas is underneath James Torrey, and he's bringing Ryan Chapman with him as James Torrey goes up the racetrack, and he's looking to lose. He's outside of Brendan going down the back tricks here for fourth.
All right, here we go. The true test as Gordon Fraley goes into 3, dives to the bottom. Ooh,
Gets loose.
He's wiggling. He's wiggling. Hangs on
He's loose.
to it. Yep. So far, so good.
He should be okay from here, just getting through this first lap or two. But Nicholas Moreau, to the point, I believe that's the first time tonight he's been up front.
So it looks like a tough night. Oh, there goes the 80, the 09. Loose and onto the apron. I hate to say I said so, or I told you so, but I told you so.
Yeah, I've gone down that road thinking that you're going to be able to put 2 tires on it, but with, we
3 wide.
we lasted with old tires last time. Yeah, that was last time, and that wasn't the 2 tires. As now Brendan Polt is looking to the outside of James Torrey for
09 still 09 still out of shape. Sorry, I was watching this. Yeah, he's still out of shape through 1 and 2. Hangs on to it. It just but you're right. Sorry, back to the front. Ryan Chapman
No.
Trying to chase down the 15 of Nicholas Moreau. Brendan Polt in tow. James Torrey back to 4th. Robert Maliki in your top 5.
And I'm just watching this group of cars with Lewis Meglin and Martin Garreau fighting for 11th on back as they're 2x2. There's about 8 cars fighting for that position.
Jim Silva right there in the 51. The 76 Cameron Albertson. The 50 Martin Garreau right there in front of him. And the 21 Wyatt Hunley trying to find his way back towards the front.
Yeah, they're all catching the 18 of Barry Kramer and the 42 of Kyle. Man, stutter on that one. Kyle Milliken. Sorry about that, Kyle. As it's a big group of trucks just racing for position here. Ooh, battle for the lead.
Still clean and green, but now Nicholas Moreau under fire from the 10 of Ryan Chapman. James Torrey back up to 3rd in tow.
Ooh, it doesn't clear him.
Ooh, Ryan goes up to try the side draft. Risky proposition.
Boy, James, I'm wondering if James is like, let's make it 3 wide. I got to get back to the front. But he's got a good truck tonight. He's doing a hell of a job.
Here goes Nicholas Moreau with that run on the outside. He's going to clear the 10 once again, retake that position. So Moreau leads Chapman and Torrey to the high side already.
it's a tough track when somebody gets a good bite on the outside. It's a tough track to pass. Kind of one of them slide job tracks where you got to get a nice good run and you have to clear them before you get out of the corner, or the guy will come right back up on you.
Here comes the 10.
Not,
Chapman
he's
again.
not giving up.
Right on the back bumper of the 15 in Moreau.
Is he just giving him the rap, tap, tap? Hey, buddy, I'm still here. I know you've won 7 races this year, but I'm here.
Here comes Chapman looking to the inside, now to the outside. A little switcheroo down the front stretch. Nothing happening there. Now back to the inside, just making him use his mirror there. Moreau having to check that mirror, and that can kind of, it can kind of mess you up on the corner entry there.
Yeah, you might miss a mark or something and tap the wall by accident if you're looking in the mirror too much. Or perhaps he's not even looking in his mirror because he's just out there on cruise control. Who knows? But Ryan is definitely trying to keep it as honest, and James Torrey hanging in right there as well.
Yeah, he's just hanging in watching these guys. Waiting to pounce.
You guys do you. I'm going to sit back here and just ride. And we'll see what happens by the end. Ryan trying to get another run down the backstretch here.
He'll pull up to his back bumper once again. Where does he go? He's going to follow him to the bottom. Meanwhile, James Torrey continuing to run that top side. The only thing about the top side, especially in iRacing, is you really start overheating that right rear tire. I'm a little worried for James that he's going to get too loose on the long run. If he keeps running up there, that truck, the handling could go away on that truck. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's usually what happens with the outer groove, is that it tends to overheat the tires. You get that great run coming off, but at the long run, you may or not may pay the price the longer we go into this race.
I'll tell you, Ryan Chapman's
Trying again.
is right.
He's trying, man.
Yeah, and he's going to look to the inside of the 15, going into turn 1.
I think we might need to call. Oh, he might have him. This is the whole thing I was talking about. Slide up, Ryan. You got to clear him before you get off the corner. Ooh, did he get the wall?
Yeah, the 15 in the wall there, but he somehow maintains a run there and retakes the lead down the backstretch.
Oh, yeah, Brendan Polt now looking underneath James Torrey back there for third.
Let's go back to our wide shot, see if we can capture all of this going on here. Brendan Polt looking to the inside of the 6, the 6 holding that outside lane. If you're going to make a move on the inside, you got to make it quick, because that outside quickly becomes the preferred lane.
Ryan didn't listen to his spotter. I was trying to tell him, clear, get up, get up, get up, but he didn't listen.
Yeah, but if you try to move up too early in the corners, I can tell you this from experience. If you try to move up too early in the corners, that trajectory will take you into the wall off the corner. You don't want to make any sudden moves in the middle of the corner. So it's easy to get clear, but man, you just don't want to start sliding up and then slide up into the wall, especially, with so many laps left in this race.
True. I not hit the wall would be the end result of me spotting like that, but I would be up in his ear. Come on, man, you're slide job him.
Now the 71 did
there, though.
The 71 did take your advice, and he's going to take third spot away from the 6 of Torrey there.
He comes up. And you got to take that with a grain of salt, too, because if you come up and you're not clear, or the guy doesn't know you're coming up, you might get a big old bump, how you doing, from the guy behind you, and it could upset the truck.
Yeah, it's a little bit
keep that
give and take. Here comes the 10 of Ryan Chapman at the outside of the 15 in Moreau.
Just got his nose to where Moreau's spotter was like outside, and he's got it there. Now, can he do what Nicholas has been doing to him with that high side and get those runs off the corner and make the pass?
Let's see. They are side by side. Door handle to door handle as they cross the start finish line into turn 1. Oh, Nicholas washes up just a little bit. Ryan Chapman's still there. This is a great battle for the lead here.
Nick's good on the top, Nick's good on the bottom, but Ryan's trying to be better. And he's still outside here.
They're still side by side for the lead.
I think Ryan's going to eventually get this pass done, but Nicholas is Nicholas says, "Hey, remember that a couple laps ago when you were, love tapping me down the backstretch? I'm not going to give you this lead. You're going to have to take it from me."
Yeah, he's doing a good job hanging there on the outside. Nicholas hanging right there on that white line on the inside, really making time down there as well. So they're still side by side, and I think they're pulling away from third.
Well, they're making extremely dirty air for third. Nicholas.
Well, that's Nicholas cleared. I'm surprised on the bottom. Clears off turn 2.
Well, I like that bottom.
Here comes the 2 of Alan Duranco back here for 7th spot on Brandon Elder in the 52.
Got Malikian look underneath James Torrey for 4th. So we got some battles everywhere in this track again. That's why this track is so cool. You could be last and still running side by side with guys.
This battle back here for 7th though. 6th and 7th, hot and heavy. You got the 52 of Brandon Elder on the outside, Alan Duranco on the inside, and Lewis Meglin looking to go somewhere.
It's a big track, but sometimes you find that there's no place to go. You got to sit there and wait. And you know how race car drivers love to have patience.
Patience are for doctors, not for race car drivers.
Yeah, but if you're not smart, you become a patient for a doctor. Oh, the 52, Brandon Elder up in the wall.
6 of James Torrey also in the wall a little bit in turns 1 and 2. He's got starting to find that line, the handling issues starting to come into play here for these guys.
Yeah, that's the real main reason why I don't like to run the high side is I always end up in the wall when I do that on a regular basis. I'm not good enough to do that on a lap by lap basis. It's
absolutely stressful. I can tell you, it's just riding inches from the wall, lap after lap, and stressful, but very frustrating too when it goes wrong.
And it can you only have inches, so it can go wrong so quickly, and that just scares me. I can't do that. I got enough stress in my life. I don't need to run that close to the wall if I don't have to.
Well, you want to take care of the truck so you have something to fight with at the end for sure. And that's one way to kind of assure that is to stay away from that wall until it comes, go time. But it's tough to do here because the fast lane sometimes is right against that wall. If you want to make time and be competitive, you have to kind of run up there. You see the 10 of Ryan Chapman grab it off turn 2. Again, that's going to cost him a little time. Brendan Polt there. And here comes my pick. I'm telling you, man, the 16, Robert Malikian, I'm telling you, he is so good here at Kansas, whether it be a truck or a cup car or whatever it is. He always shows up here at Kansas for whatever reason.
Sometimes there's guys that like specific tracks, and they do very well at specific tracks. And you got to deal with that when you're at one of these racetracks. And if Robert likes this track, then we're going to see him in the, he's already, 4th?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Being good at a specific track like Kansas? I don't know what you're talking about.
Why, you're saying that you're good at Kansas? Yeah, believe it or not, I was just bringing up stats to take a look and see what we got over here for Kansas. And,
I may have won a couple in a row here in the trucks.
I'm on the stats for the truck series.
Not to toot my horn or anything, but it is a stat.
So yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different winners in I think 12 starts here. Well, no, it can't be 12 because that wouldn't make sense. Anyway, we got 11 different winners in 14 different starts. That's what it is.
Well, all joking aside, this is one of those tracks where you could see several different drivers be competitive and be in contention here.
Right. Well, that's where I was going to go. There's all these guys with one win here. There's only one guy with multiple wins. We won't talk about him, but that means that there's 10 guys here that have wins. So it's one of those tracks that can have a winner that we're not used to. Mr. 4-time Truck Series winner.
I do like this track. I will say that.
Well, you must.
But yeah. But definitely, this is one of those tracks where there's so much drafting going on early on, and you hold it wide open early in the race. You can end up, there's not much all throttle time, so you can end up with a lot of different people in contention at the end of these races. It really kind of comes down now to managing your tires, picking the right lanes, moving up at the right time, all that stuff just kind of factors in as you see Robert Malikian fighting for third under Brendan Polt.
And this is the part of the run that I like is when it starts to get separated a little bit, and all your effort in the pack racing of not overdriving your truck comes into play, because I do have a tick in the win column here too.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that.
Oh, I don't. I don't remember. You remember these races way more than I do. You're lucky I remember what track we're at this week.
So sometimes I remember more when I get beat than I remember when I win. So I actually don't know if I was in that race, but I remember the win here. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I was here or maybe Chicagoland, there was a fuel mileage race at the end. And remember, these guys are still going to have to make a pit stop at some point. So this is not just a race to the end. There is a pit stop required before we reach the end of this race if we stay green.
I remember last year, I think I had 2 races in a row where we had fuel mileage races, and the one race I tried to save and ran out with on a white flag, and the other one I ended up being able to save fuel. So sometimes you do it right, sometimes you don't. Brendan Polt got completely sideways coming out of turn 4 there and allowed Robert Malikian to get a run, and has taken over the third spot behind Ryan Chapman.
Yes, Malikian up to P3 behind Ryan Chapman, but Nicholas Moreau's starting to set sail. He has got a 1.6 second lead over Ryan Chapman in second, who is going to quickly come under fire from his teammate, the 16 of Malikian.
Yeah, they're all running similar times, or at least the front 3 are. 32.2s. But yeah, Robert Malikian slowly making his way forward. Elevated Esports.
Nim Silva in the wall in 1 and 2. Sorry about that. Just grabbed a little bit of wall there, and it's going to slow him down.
So you got Alan Duranko, also part of Elevated Esports, running in 5th. Kyle Milken in 7th. And Dave Nestor in 10th. So I think, 5 out of the top 10 are Elevated Esports here. So they definitely brought a good set tonight.
Yeah, you're right. 5 of the top 10. Wow.
Strike that. Alan Duranko just made it past Brendan Polt, and he's right behind Robert Malikian.
Boy, Alan Duranko coming with a head of steam all
Where
of a
did
sudden.
he come from?
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
He'll sit back there and save tires. He's another one. Like I said, he's had speed week after week. He seems to have already always kind of run into issues in these races and had to rebound, but he rebounds beautifully in these races. He has issues, goes to the back, and you find him in the top 10 at the end of the race. So if he doesn't have issues, he's definitely got speed as he goes right around his teammate, the 16. So move Alan Duranko up into 3rd.
As that's happening, TJ Bartel just past James Torrey, as TJ's moving forward up to 8th, and James is sliding backwards back to 9th now.
You're starting to see these tires. This guy's saving tires back there. They're starting to come towards the front. And those that used their tires earlier are starting to slide back. There's comers and goers.
And I'm gonna say it again. I'm extremely excited to see that after TJ got involved in that early incident, that he's been able to make his way back up to the front. So damage model not as much of an issue as it seems to have been in the last couple of races. So that's awesome.
Hey, one driver's dropped back a lot since the start of this race. It's going to be the 52 of Brandon Elder. Back to 14th spot. He was in the top 5 on this restart, and is starting to fall, starting to fade back. Same thing with James Torrey a little bit. He's back to 9th.
Well, that one lap, I think James Torrey and Brandon got into the wall. And Brandon got into the wall pretty hard. So I'm wondering if there's some damage there, if he got some aero damage going on.
Your leader has a 1.8 second lead over second place Ryan Chapman. That's Nicholas Moreau out front. Alan Duranko starting to reel in Chapman a little bit, with Robert Malikian in 4th, Brendan Polt in 5th. Again, a pit stop to come here as we work lap 50. That's not a 5. 93 of 134.
Oh. Lewis Meglin made it past Brendan Polt down into 1 and 2. And Brendan gave the 43 a pretty decent shot there in the backstretch, just to say, hey, how you doing? But Yeah, looks like Brendan might be sliding backwards a little bit.
Brendan trying to come back to the outside of the 43 here as we head into turn 1.
With that, Kyle Malikian and TJ Bartel are closing down on both these guys. So,
Ooh, 43 sliding up, but he gets tight. Oh my goodness! Into 40.
Kyle!
Oh,
Kyle!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god! I don't need that kind of stress.
They all hang on
Man,
to it. They stay straight.
He saved it.
TJ Bartel's going to pick up the spot through all that, though. Yeah, 43 is going to.
Yeah.
The 42, I mean, if Kyle Milliken's going to drop back to 8th, TJ up to 7th. Was watching all that in front of him. And
now, the 43 did pass the 71 like 3 laps ago, and now the 71 passed his way back again and has gapped to 43. So, I don't know what happened there.
42's having some handling issues. I think he got a little loose through 1 and 2. And he's dropping back pretty quickly here. It's the 11 of Mr. Spicy Tony Solari. Passes for 10th spot.
Oh, my.
Or 9th.
Actually. Now, Tony mentioned that he didn't hit the wall last week, and I got no verification for that, so I can't say if that's true or not. But he was going to try to make it 2 races in a row without hitting the wall. And if he can do that, he's going to find himself in the top 10 more often.
He picked a heck of a track to try to stay off the wall because, like I said, a lot of the times you're riding right on it.
He's doing a heck of a job. Dave Nestor up there in 8th, right in front of him, also doing a heck of a job.
That's another elevated driver right there, Dave Nestor.
Yep. Elevated came to play.
Looks like they switched out Kyle Milliken for Nestor. As Milliken's dropping back with some handling issues, but Dave Nestor picks it up into 8th spot. I think we got our first pit stops. Michael Blackner on pit road. Don't know if that's scheduled or not, but he is on pit road.
I'm not doing math. If I was in the race, I'd have to do the math, but I'm not doing the math. Look like we have TJ Bartel made his way up past the 43 and is underneath the 71 for 5th spot. So TJ coming late.
It is scheduled pit stops. Lewis Macklin to 43 on pit road. Milliken into 42. 6 of James Story, all hitting pit road that time by. So we are getting 2 pit stops.
What do we got? How many laps do we got left to go here? 34. So we got like almost 36 laps. Yeah, I could see pit stops.
It's all about when you come in.
Yeah, it's all about when you come in and who you're racing, because any more than 2 laps prior to or after somebody that you're racing, and the gap may be too much to overcome afterwards. So you got to pay attention to who's around you and when they're pitting, and if you have enough time to make your way back up on the fresh tires.
Got M. Silva on pit road, 53 or 51. Yeah, if you're Nicholas Moreau too, with this big lead he's got on Ryan Chapman, you can kind of wait for the other guys to pit. You got that little bit of a gap, a little bit of a cushion, and you can wait for the other guys to make that move and then decide, if you want to come in and stick with them.
Well, at this particular point, Nicholas can do whatever he wants to do. There's no strategy involved. He could just fill whenever he wants to. He could pit. Because even if he doesn't win the race, it's not the battle that he's looking at. He's got the war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but if you're looking for the race win for sure, I'm sure he is. You're in a good position up front where you can kind of cover whatever the guys behind you. Yeah, and you don't want to pit early, really. You don't want to get caught with a caution. You got Cameron Albertson on pit road now. You don't want to get caught with a caution coming out, being a lap down, because that'll pretty much ruin your night.
Yeah, you don't want to speed. You don't want to get into too slowly. There's a lot of pressure under these green flag pit stops, and I'm super excited that we're getting them, because that means that we've been green flag long enough to get pit stops here. So it's not something that a lot of these guys have gotten to do a lot this year. So some of them might not be proficient at it and may have an issue. So you got to hit it. You got to be able to nail your pit stop. That's something that you do very well is push that envelope on entry, where I'm always the conservative type. I just don't want to screw up on pit road.
And we're going to ride with Dave Nestor as he comes to pit road as well. Gets it slowed down. There's the line. You want to be at, I think, 45 miles an hour here. 55 is pace speed, 45 pit road speed. And does a good job getting it wound down. Yeah, I mean, So pit road is a great place, and we saw it last week in the Cup race. Or actually in the truck race, I think, where Nicholas Moreau jumped the 99 of J.P. Burns, who is actually also on pit road. If you can get on and off pit road real quick, that's an easy place to gain a lot of time. But you're right on that edge, and eventually you're going to cross that line and you're going to get a penalty. Mm-hmm. But it's a great place to try to make time. You just don't want to step over that line and cost yourself the race.
Yeah, because it's just as easy to do the opposite and cost yourself time. And that's why I'm always the one that I don't want to push it. I just want to be able to get the pit road without spinning out or having issues. As Nicholas Moreau is coming down, our leader's coming on the pit road.
We had a ton of guys hit pit road last time by. Nicholas Moreau, your leader, hits pit road. Alan Duranco hits pit road as well. Tony Solari on pit road. I think Brennan Polt stayed out. He did with Chris Gore. James Morris have yet to pit.
Yep, and you're going to see there's going to be maybe one or two guys that actually might be ahead of Nicholas when he comes back out, but he's going to have quite a bit fresher tires than they are. Probably quickly make work of them.
No, here comes the 71 of Polt, I think, down pit road. Yes, he is. And he's trying to make up that time into pit road as well. Comes down really quick. Ooh, I don't. Oh, he's sideways.
See? I don't think what I was talking about.
Yeah, I think he crossed the line. I think he probably got a speeding penalty there. I don't know. We'll see if he sits in his box, but unfortunately, I think that might be the kiss of death there because he was really trying to get it to slow down.
That was exactly what I was talking about. Got to make it. You can lose it just almost easier. You can lose time on pit road than you can making it in.
Let's see if he's able to come right out when he gets his tires changed here. He does. So apparently he did get it down to speed, but man, whew, he was getting everything.
It was close. Yeah, it was close.
Chris Gore continued to lead.
He comes back in too.
Well, Chris Gore continued to lead, but he's going to come down pit road too and relinquish that lead. Handed it over to the 43 of Lewis Meglin.
If he gets a speeding penalty, doesn't it allow you to come back out on the racetrack and then it tells you to come back down?
If you get a speeding penalty on entry, it'll hold you. So you'll immediately know. You'll just have to sit there. Yeah.
You notice how I had to ask you that?
Are you saying that I may have gotten some of those?
It's possible. It's possible.
And you would be correct. And man, is that frustrating too, though. Especially if you're up front, you come into the pits and you slide a little bit too much, you go a little too fast, and it all unravels.
Yep.
And it wasn't even anything that happened on track. It was something you did. You can't blame anybody else. You sped on pit road. It's frustrating.
The worst is when you slide through your pit stall and you have to back up, and then you're still too far to the right or left, so you have to go forward and then back again. Oh,
I've seen that.
Horrible.
And every time I see that, the Benny Hill music starts playing in my head.
Yeah.
But anyway,
some of our younger viewers might not know who Benny Hill is. Google him.
Absolutely. Nicholas Moreau retakes the lead, though. Lewis Meglin was able to jump Nicholas there in the pit cycle. But Nicholas back out front now as he gets around the 43 of Meglin. James Torrey up to third. And Kyle Milliken fourth. I'm looking for our guys that were fast. Robert Malikian, lap down. Ryan Chapman, lap down. Those guys had pit penalties.
Yes, they did. And I'm looking at Lewis Meglin, James Torrey, and Kyle Malikian. They all pitted on lap 98. Nicholas Moreau and TJ pitted on 104 and 105. So that is 6 lap fresher tires, 7 lap fresher tires. TJ might be able to come up through the field here. He's 5th.
He's taking 4th as we speak.
Yeah, he's striked at 4th.
Right around the 42 of Kyle Milliken to take over 4th position. And he's got some fresher tires. Alan Duranco right behind him too in that 2 car, up to 5th now as he gets around the 42 of Milliken.
Yeah, so fresh tires. He pitted on lap 105. So those fresh tires, those 6, 7, 8 lap fresher tires, definitely, they definitely make a difference.
Can you overcome though a 7-second lead? that Nicholas Moreau has.
Oh my God! Yeah, caution.
Well,
we don't want a caution. We want to go green here.
Yeah, I guess a caution would easily negate that. But
Robert Malicki and Ryan Chapman want a caution because they're fighting right now for the lucky dog, as they are right on the track, right by each other.
Well, one of them may want it, and whoever's in front of the other one is the one that wants it.
True, that would be Robert Malikian, they're all fighting. He's fighting with the 52 and the 99 who are on the lead lap, but the 16 and then the 10 are fighting for that lucky dog.
There's James Torrey right in front of TJ Bartell. So TJ starting to hunt down these guys. TJ going to be able to get that third position here shortly, and it's still a 7-second lead to Nicholas Moreau. So Nick is maintaining. I think TJ, I don't know when, you can tell me probably better, the 43 of Meglin, when did he pick compared to Nicholas Moreau?
98 to 105.
So 98 for Meglin, 105 for Moreau.
For Nicholas. Yeah, and TJ pitted on 104. Allen pitted on 105. Right. Lewis and James on 98.
So James gets passed by the 28 and the 2. Here comes the 2 of Duranco on the inside of TJ Bartell, though. Both those guys trying to run down that 43 of Meglin and the 15 of Moreau.
If they fight side by side for laps here, that's not going to help their cause with 20 laps to go. But I'm sure TJ doesn't want to give up the spot because, it's a spot.
Yeah, both these guys having really good runs here at Kansas. The 2 of Duranco, the 28 of TJ Bartell. Even after having that early accident, man, he piled into. I thought for sure he got a lot of front end damage, but has been able to rebound up to third or now fourth spot. And there's your second place guy.
Yeah, they're really catching. They're catching. So what are they, like a second behind? No, they're like 4 seconds behind Lewis.
Yeah, 4 seconds behind Lewis. Lewis has got older tires, though. I think those guys can get to Lewis. I just don't think that they're going to have anything for the 15 if this stays green.
No, the 15 still laying down really good lap times. But I'll tell you who's actually laying down some good lap times is Brennan Polt in the 71 back there in 5th, right behind the TJ and Allen Duranco trucks.
So Polt back here in 5th spot, trying to chase down Bartell and Duranco, who we were just showing. And he was up there too, but he almost lost it coming to pit road, trying to get everything he could.
Yeah, and his truck got loose towards the end of the run, so I'm hoping maybe he made some adjustments that can help him on that long run.
Oh, he's coming pretty quick too. There's TJ Bartell right in front of him.
Man, I'm watching this battle for the lucky dog, and it's a battle within a battle because they are running within lead lap cars, but man, they're racing hard back there.
There's Robert Malikian in the 16, the 10 of Ryan Chapman. They're fighting for the lucky dog, and here comes Brendan Elder in 11th spot on the lead lap, trying to get by these guys, trying to get to JP Burns. Of course, JP being a teammate of both those guys fighting for the lucky dog, and the 16 gets loose.
Yeah, I'm telling you, now they're 3 wide, and I get, you're a lead lap guy, and you're like, come on, guys, I'm trying to fight for 11th and 10th here. Oh, is the 99's up in the wall?
Oh,
3 wide.
Oh, that's going to hand that spot to Brandon Elder. But, man, it was tight there. Yeah, you saw 99. JP Burns catches the wall through 1 and 2, just really slows that truck down in that outside lane. And that's another thing about this track that's very challenging is if everybody's running the outside lane, which nobody is right now, and everybody's not right now, but if everybody's running the outside lane and you do make that mistake and grab that wall and it slows the truck down, you're right in the
stack up.
Yeah, you're right in the groove. And so it makes it really tough for those guys following that. When that happens, you try to pull it down. Sometimes you'll spin. Sometimes you'll go straight in the wall. Sometimes you'll go straight in the back of the truck that's in the wall.
So all this wonderful fighting going on. Ryan Chapman worked his way to get to the lucky dog position for Joseph Burgess to get lapped. And now he's in the lucky dog spot. So all that work, and they're no longer the lucky dog.
Yeah, Nicholas Moreau starting to lap trucks here. You're right. Joseph Burgess now the first truck 1 lap down. Chris Gore not far up the way.
Watching Brendan Polt has caught the back of TJ as they start to fight for fourth.
And Alan Durango takes second over the 43 Meglin. So they have actually caught the 43 already. So Alan Durango up to P2. And I thought Brendan Polt caught TJ pretty quick. I thought he'd go right around him, and he's still stuck behind him.
You're catching and passing. They, not necessarily the same thing. You know how it is. You get under somebody and then you lose that momentum coming off the corner. Sometimes passing trucks are tough if you're not 2 to 3 tenths faster than they are. As TJ's looking in underneath Lewis for third with Brendan right behind him.
Should be a pretty easy pass. They got a tire advantage on the 43 of Meglin. They'll go right around as Brendan Polt will follow TJ Bartell by on the inside. I think. There they go.
Maybe. Now, Brendan pitted on lap 106, so he's got 2 lap fresher tires than TJ does.
TJ's going to go to the top here, get the bottom to the 71 of Polt, who tries to hold it down there.
Takes that short route down the apron, but TJ with a great run down the front stretch.
Richie, we're running out of laps, 12 to go here. If you save something, you probably want to start thinking about using it now, as the 71 and 28 still run side by side through 1 and 2.
No, it's too late. You needed to use it about 8 laps to go. 12 laps to go, unless you're battling like TJ and Brendan are. There's not much you're going to be able to do, as there's still a heck of a battle there for third.
Look who sneaks up into the top 10, now 6th, and closing in on that 43. Look,
I just saw him in the background.
Tony
Go ahead,
Solari.
say his name.
Yeah.
He pitted on lap 105 too. Does he get enough time to catch Lewis Meglin and get himself a top 5?
You got Wyatt Hunley in 7th. You got Dave Nestor in 8th. Great runs for both those guys. James Torrey slipping back with those older tires in 9th. And Brandon Elder hanging on to a top 10 finish so far.
Yeah, he's been a yo-yo tonight. He's been up, he's been down, he's been in the wall, he's been not in the wall. But so far in top 10, anytime you come home with the top 10, it's definitely a positive race for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, our leads come down a little bit. Not enough, but a little bit.
0.02?
Yeah, 6.9 seconds now. Back to second place, Alan Durango. And then about a second, 1.3 seconds back is that battle between TJ Bartell and Brendan Polt. TJ's still hanging tough. I thought Brendan would have got that position, but TJ comes right back around him and reasserts himself in that third spot.
Well, it's getting spicy behind him as Tony has caught Lewis and has made his way through to 5th spot. Watch out for them falling tools out of the back of that pickup truck.
Oh, he's actually running the full throttle TV scheme. So a little self-promotion there.
Yeah, he's got his tools in the back of the truck, too. He's got his ladder in there and some hand tools.
Has he got a microphone?
No, I don't think he's got a microphone. He's got two lap cars in front of him. One of them is Joseph Burgess, and the other one is the.
Boy, what is Burgess, man? Changing lanes. Woo.
I bet you that just spicied Tony's pants. Let me go back to. I want to verify whether or not he hit the wall on that. I think he did. I think he touched the wall.
Uh-oh.
No, actually, I didn't see any sparks. I'll let him pass on that one.
TJ, everything's kind of spaced out for the top 5. Nicholas Moreau, comfortable lead over Alan Durango. Alan Durango's got a 1.1 second lead over TJ Bartell. Brendan Polt right there. It's kind of falling back off of TJ Bartell. And then Tony Solari, 2.2 seconds back of Brendan Polt. So everybody kind of spread out here. Lewis Meglin, Wyatt Hunley. I guess the battle is, let's see.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you get a long run like this. That pack racing, it tends, especially after a pit stop, it definitely spreads the field out. As you know, getting on and off pit road can definitely vary where the pack is and what happens to it.
And JP Burns, good rebound. I'm sure it's not the night he wanted, for sure. He had a faster truck than what it's going to show. But JP Burns up in 10th spot after a rebound getting collected in that wreck early on. Good solid run so far. You got Brendan Elder there in 11th, Cameron Albertson in 12th. again, everybody just spread out in their own bubble, and I'm sure they don't mind it here. We only have 5 laps to go here in this race.
Well, I'm sure Nicholas definitely doesn't mind it, and he's going, give me 4 laps, give me 3 laps, give me 2 laps, because he just wants to see the white flag come out so that he can end this race and put that exclamation on his championship season.
That's true. 4 laps to go. Here at Kansas, the Kansas 200, the championship finale for the 2025 A season. I'm excited for next season, man. We go to some very interesting tracks like Lime Rock Park. We go to Watkins Glen with the trucks. I know a couple of road courses people aren't probably so thrilled about, but man, it would be interesting to see how the trucks perform there. Chicagoland Speedway's back on the schedule. There's a lot of really, I'd say, unique tracks on the schedule for next season.
I'm excited to see Lime Rock Park. I'm curious to see how the truck runs there. I've never thought of bringing the truck there. In fact, actually, I've been toying with the idea of driving up there because that's only about an hour and 45 minutes from my house just to go watch it live.
Yeah, it's nice. Did you know, interesting fun fact, I know I try to throw these out every now and then. Did you know that Lime Rock Park is, they're actually not allowed to run on Sundays because there's a local church near the track?
Yep.
So they they have stipulations there where they can't run on Sundays, which is interesting. If they ever try to take the Cup cars there, they'll have to do a Saturday race.
I can give you 2 interesting facts about Lime Rock Park. One of the things is they have a decibel limit, too. You cannot be over 100 decibels from like 500 meters away from the racetrack. And the second fun tidbit is my grandfather won a midget race there at Lime Rock Park. And yes, the oval midgets went on to a road course, and he won.
Wow.
That was back when they were offies and the unibody type cars.
Well, speaking of history, Nicholas Moreau looking for his 8th win of the season. White flag, 1 lap to go here. Last lap around the track, last lap for the 2025 A season. Your championship leader and champion. Looks like he's going to claim another one here through 3 and 4, down to the bottom of the track. The 15 of Nicholas Moreau coasts through 3 and 4, down to the start-finish line, and wins the Kansas 200 here at Kansas Speedway.
I was going to say there's some exciting racing behind him, but everybody's kind of spread out a little bit. Alan Duranco comes home second. TJ Bartel comes home third. Brendan Pope holds on for fourth. And old Spicy Solari there comes home fifth. Good for him.
Solid fifth place finish.
Yeah, making it hard in the commentator cup. We're going to have to go back over the season and see who's actually leading the commentator cup point standings.
We got that?
I just made up.
Yeah. Just looking at our last finishers here. I'm sure there's some disappointed names, though, like Ryan Chapman, Robert Malikian with that pit road issue. It's going to knock them out of contention. But your champion is also your race winner tonight here at Kansas. Nicholas Moreau will take home the win. Let's look at our results here for the Kansas 200 here at Kansas Speedway. Nicholas Moreau getting it done once again here, making it look easy in the 15. Second place is going to be the 2. That's Alan Duranco. Great run for him. And awesome finish there. TJ Bartel's going to come home P3. Brennan Polt in 4th spot. 5th place, like you said, with Tony Solari in the 11. Wyatt Hunley will find himself in P6. 7th spot's going to be Lewis Meglin in the 43. Dave Nestor comes home P8 in the 36. James Torrey hangs on for a top 10 after winning the stage early on, P9, and 10th spot's going to go to the 99 of JP Burns.
Brandon Eller just misses out in the top 10, finishes 11th in the 52. Behind him will be Cameron Albertson in the 76th and 12th, followed by Barry Kramer in the 18, finishing 13th. Martin Garreau finishes 14th in the number 50. Chris Gore finishes 15th. Nim Silva, I believe this Nim's best finish to date so far, so congrats to him. That would be Nim Silva in the 51, finishing 16th. Michael Blackner finishes 17th. Kyle Milliken finishes 42nd. Yeah, I'm doing good now. Kyle Milliken finishes 18th in the 42. Talking too fast. Ryan Chapman ended up being the first car 1 lap down in 19th, followed by Robert Malikian in 16th and 20th.
Yeah, I'm running out your field there. The 21st is going to go to
Catching.
I got the disease now. Joseph Burgess is going to
catching.
finish 21st. 22nd is going to be Mark Hall Henderson. Chad Lang in 23rd. 24th is going to be Aaron Satcher. 25th, Michael Deitch. And 26th is going to be Gordon Fraley. 27th, Austin Runkle. 28th is going to be James Morris. 29th, Hayden James. 30th, after that crash early, Bobby Terrell, another rough night for him. You got Colby Meese in 31st. 32nd, Chris Beck. And round out your 33-car field is Brian Thorson. So with
he
that,
didn't come on here and offer us any chicken, Brian Thorson.
I know. I'll have to check in on that.
Usually he comes up and gives us chicken.
Well, when we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, wrap up the race and the season here for the 2025 A Sim Racing Points Truck Series, and do all that when we come back. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
All right, we are back here at Kansas Speedway for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series finale. We have the Kansas 200 for the 2025 A season here at FTSR. We're going to kick it over to our post-race show, see if we can talk to some of these guys, see what they felt and saw out there tonight, and let's talk to our top 3 finishers. We'll start with third place, if I can find where we are here in Discord. Wow, there we are. Mr. TJ Bartell. TJ, congratulations, man, tonight. Third place finish. It didn't start out so great for you. It must have been an interesting night behind the wheel for sure, because we had that accident early on. You were collected in, got the damage fixed, drove your way back up towards the front, comes home, and coming home with a P3 finish, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. It was very tough. I thought my night was over before lap 10, and took the extra time because I don't trust the damage model anymore in these things, and got it all fixed and went a lap down and got a lucky dog. And then I got a little bit of side damage racing on the next run, I think it was, and the truck felt tighter. So I went in and made sure I got that fixed. I went to the back again, and luckily we had that really long run, and my truck was really, really good on a long run. So we're able to make up a lot of spots then.
Yeah, it was a fight all night for sure. Like I said, I saw that issue early on. Didn't know you went to the back twice, but definitely coming from the back to the front. having to drive through traffic, pick your lanes. Just, it had to be a struggle out there tonight. We saw some good racing out there too with you and the 71, you and some of the other guys as you were coming up through the pack. I guess just explain it, talk about how tough it is to kind of make those passes and complete those passes. If you're running on the bottom, running on the top, moving the lanes around, just about your night tonight.
Well, for anybody that doesn't do this, when you're in the pack in dirty air, oh my God, it's terrible. It is super hard to try and work your way through. At least it is for me. It isn't for Jeff, but it is for me. And once you get like clear of the pack part and it starts to get a little more single filed, it's amazing how much better the truck drives. The air on the nose makes a huge difference. And we got lucky with being able to get our damage fixed and not get caught up in anything else. Almost did once, but was able to avoid it. But just really good on a long run, and that's what made the difference.
It was definitely dousy out there at times, but a lot of great racing. Long green flag around there. The end, the run, you were able to run up through there, make that green flag pit stop, make your newer tires work there for you, and come on P3. So again, congratulations tonight. I'm going to hand you the mic to let you do your shout outs, your sponsor plugs. The floor is yours.
Thanks. First, I want to thank Full Throttle TV. You guys do an amazing job. It's always awesome to go back and watch these races. I got to thank Full Throttle Sim Racing League. I got to thank the admins. You guys, you do a yeoman's job, and it's greatly appreciated, all the work that you do. I know we bitch sometimes, but just appreciate what you do. I got to thank Jeff Chandler Racing, Elliott Sadler Esports, great bunch of guys. Got to thank Nick and Brandon and James Mullins. They've been a huge help, and really appreciate it. And it's fun to work with those guys. And I think I have to thank, Ringdog Rescue, and we're in Chevrolets now, so they're running pretty good. So hopefully next week or the next season starts, and hopefully we'll carry some momentum into that season.
Well, great finish tonight. Thanks for the kind words, and thanks for putting on a show out there for us to watch. Enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. We'll see you next season as we wrap up the 2025A season. So again, congratulations and enjoy it.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
There's your third place finisher, the 28 TJ Bartell in the Chevrolets. Now, it's a good sign for him, Rich. He looks like he's they're starting to turn that program around, having a good finish, and look forward to seeing what they can do.
I was very happy to hear that he had some damage and that he was able to get fixed and still be able to run fast. That's still, to me, that's an important part.
Yeah, another guy that was fast tonight, coming from towards the back and ended up P2 is Alan Duranko. I think you're standing by with him here on pit road.
Yeah, I'm down here with the number 2 driver, Alan Duranko, who started 29th tonight. Came up one spot short. Maybe if he had started 28th, he could have got it done, but still a fantastic run, dude. Congrats on your P2 tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So that's the Hard Charger Award you got going on there. So did you pass a truck or two out there?
Only a couple. Only a couple. I saw maybe a couple a few times, but yeah, it's pretty lonely out there.
Yeah, I think at one point we called you Mr. Where Did He Come From? Because right there towards the end, I think it was right after or right around the pit stops, you had caught the elevated motor train that was going on out there. And blew by them all. And we were like, where did he come from? But yeah, you had a good long run truck, it looked like.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I found after about 20 laps into the run, on the bottom in both corners, I would jump up to the top in 1 and 2, and I would be able to continue to get 3 and 4 to work, and that was huge. There was times where I'd gain like 0.3 of a second on somebody. It was pretty cool. It was surreal at times.
Yeah, it was like I said, you showed up so quickly into the top 5 that we didn't even notice you coming until you were there, and then you were blown by everybody. But still not enough for our champion tonight, but definitely some good building blocks going into the B season.
Yeah, super excited about this finish. I've struggled in the truck series a lot this season. I think I've only scraped together 2 top 10s maybe. So hopefully this is a sign of good things to come.
Well, yeah, definitely. If you're going to break into the top five, either winning or second is definitely the way to go. But congrats again. I'm going to open up the floor for you to do any shout outs you got going on.
Yeah, awesome. I'd like to thank Premier Racing Setups. They provided the setup tonight for the truck. Elevated Esports, love racing with those guys. Great team. Elevated Outdoors, Icon Apparel, Victory Fuel, Nerditudes, Gums Auto and Napa, Branded Country Music, 1-800 Floors, and of course FTSR for creating such a fun home to race in. Thank you. It was a good race tonight, wasn't it? Like that was good.
Yeah, actually, it was a great race. A lot of side by side, a lot of three wide, a lot of
Yeah.
green flag racing. So
Yeah,
we like that.
there's some times, man, it was just like, what are we? It was wild. So I hope we put on a good show for the fans. So
Well, there was one or two times where I forgot to talk on the broadcast because I was too busy watching, and
Yeah,
I had to catch myself. It's like
You guys
gotta
turned
talk,
Richie.
gotta talk.
You guys turned Richie into a fan. He's over here watching the race instead of commenting on.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I had definitely had a few Code Brown moments. So hopefully you guys got those or saw them. So
I had a couple up here just watching you guys. So,
oh, that's awesome. Good deal.
but yeah, fantastic finish, Alan. We'll see you. We'll catch you in the B seasons. Congrats again,
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Rody.
Take care.
I think you're up there with. You know what? Just throw it to Nicholas. You don't even have to ask him a question.
You just hand him
Just
the
throw it to
mic.
Nicholas.
I should just hand him
Just
the
hand
mic
Nicholas
here.
the mic.
Yeah, well, he knows what to do.
We
here
could
at this
leave.
point.
He could just do it.
Yeah, all right. Well, Nicholas, we're running out of win stickers, man. A win again tonight here at Kansas Speedway. Win number 8 of the season. You didn't need it, but you got it anyway, man. You made it look easy out there too. Congratulations once again on the win.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I raced for the win, so I love Kansas, and I wanted to be sure to be as fast as possible, both to full smooth track with different racing lines for attacking, but also defending. I could not put as much practice this time as I wanted, but from the start, I knew my setup type from Vegas would do a good job.
Well, I hope you don't go back and watch the broadcast because we kind of doubted you early on in the race. Well, I'm not going to lie. We were kind of wondering. It's like, I don't know. He doesn't look as strong as he usually does. He's riding in fourth. He's having a rough night. And man, you made us look like fools. So, man, but it wasn't
Well,
easy.
I mean, he hit the wall the one time, and I was like, did he get damaged? He's way back in fourth place. I mean, that's not where Nicholas usually rides.
But yeah, definitely, man, you had a strong night tonight. But it wasn't that easy. You did have that fight with Ryan for several laps, man. Ryan Chapman put up a fight, trying to get by you, trying to pressure you on the outside, on the inside, really trying to work you over. And then at that point, man, you just had to try to keep your cool, I'm sure. But man, just talk us through the race, what you kind of experienced tonight.
Well, yeah, I started the race a bit too on the, too much tight side. So yeah, I touched the wall because I was watching too much Ryan running at the bottom, and then I just touched the wall. Like, I mean, I knew, but I wouldn't say that. And then I just lost the momentum for a bit, but I was too tight. And then at the stage pit, I make some adjustment. It was so great, and from there, Ryan tried several tactics, inside, outside, and was fun for sure. Tried to squeeze me sometimes, but the truck at that point was so good, so it was fun.
Go ahead, Richie.
I was just thinking that yeah, that old switch through that Ryan was doing. He tried outside, inside, but you were good on both top and bottom. It didn't matter where it was. You were able to get the truck through the corner. But when you got through the pit stops, both Ryan and Robert Malikian looked like they had pit penalties, and that gave you basically a 7-second lead. Usually when you get to the end of these races, you hear all these things going on with your truck or your sim rig, and you're just waiting for the caution to come out. Walk me through what was going through your mind there, knowing that you were going to cross the line first and pick up your championship trophy here at the end.
Yeah, it's fun. For the season, for this season, I wanted to compete in all races and try, to win the 2025 A truck season. It starts badly, but at the same time, it was not that bad. Um, and and then it got better. So I should sign up for a season B. But I'm not sure if I'd be able to to run all races, because in the summer we have real race stuff, a bit more buzzy. But I will try my best to come from as much as possible. I thought about returning to the cup as well, but after thinking about it, it would be maybe too much. So yeah.
All right, so everybody heard that he's coming back for the B season, but he's not going to make all the races. So that's a couple of races that are up for grabs.
Absolutely. Well,
Not that he said that. I'm saying that. I'm not saying that Nick said that.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Well, again, Nick, congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on the wins this season, man. You made it look easy. You stayed consistent. I know you had some challenges throughout the season that kind of fell by the wayside, whether it be pit road penalties, issues on the track, this, that, and the other. But you stayed calm, you stayed cool and consistent all the way through the season, racked up a huge points lead, and take home the championship. So congratulations once again on that and the race tonight. I'm going to hand you the mic there, let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs for the 2025 A season.
I'd like to thank Transit Auto Parts. Transit is the largest auto part distributor in Eastern Canada. Thank you for your work with the live broadcast. It's awesome, but also as admin in the league, because this season has not been easy to manage, isn't it? There have been a lot of new people. That's good, but you have to manage it. And finally, thanks to Elliot Sadler Sport. With them, there's been a wave of motivation, making many laughs and trying many setups. It's always more fun to be with people. Yeah. So I'm definitely happy with it.
Well, it certainly is paying off. Again, a 7.5 second lead at the line here tonight. Makes it look even better when the championship trophy is on the mantle as well. So again, congratulations on the win tonight, the championship, and we'll see you next season in 2025B.
Yes, sir. See you guys. Thank you for all.
All right, there's your winner tonight. The 15, Nicholas Moreau, gets it done once again here at Kansas. Puts a nice little cap on his championship run here, Richie.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was just making a statement that if you're going to come through the Truck Series this season, you're going to have to go through Nick. And Mighty Nick is mighty. I mean, he was dominating season. Again, you already said he didn't dominate every race. Sometimes he got the luck of somebody having a misfortune and he capitalized. But you need to be able to do that in order to win these championships.
Well, we're off next week. Next Wednesday, we'll be off because it is All-Star Week. And, of course, we got some interesting stuff planned for that as well. Looking forward to that. But before we get to that, next Monday night will be the Cup Series finale here at Kansas, the Kansas 250 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. Make sure to check that out. And you'll find it here on Full Throttle TV at 9 p.m. as always. And in 2 weeks, we'll be back in action with the trucks for 2025 season B. Definitely make sure to tune in and check that out. We'll be same bat time, same bat channel here on Full Throttle Television. Me and Richie Coy in the booth, giving you guys hopefully giving you guys some insight to the race and these truckers out there putting on a show on Wednesday nights. So with that,
hopefully we're entertaining.
Yeah, we try to be a little entertaining. But anyway, with that, we're going to end the show tonight. 2025 A season in the books, 2025 B season on deck in 2 weeks. So for everybody at Full Throttle Television, for Richie Coy, my name's Brody Hanna. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you in 2 weeks here at Full Throttle Television.